So y'all telling me that I can't even go and enjoy my first part of my vacation without everything NFL related happening. I'm like, man, everything was jumping off A to Z. This free agent, that free agent, Aaron Rodgers, I'm like, come on. But you know what? I'm back now. Actually, I was all in Georgia. I was in Atlanta, and I'm going to Virginia this weekend. But we're finna get some content out now, though. First off, welcome back. This is another episode of Flawless Fantasy Football. I'm your host, Anthony Blake Jr. If this your first time, press like, subscribe to the channel. Listen, I've said this once, I'll continue to say it. This is Flawless Fantasy Football. This is a fantasy football channel. But guess what? We're going to talk some real stuff here. I'm going to be transparent. I'm not in the business of worrying about, oh, you're censoring me, or oh, you're gonna take this away from me. Cause guess what? YouTube ain't paying me. I don't really give a crap about that. I've never let anyone put a muzzle on me. If I feel something, I'm gonna say it, and that's what you're gonna get here at Flawless Fantasy Football, because you're gonna get what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Now, I wanted to talk about Aaron Rodgers, wanted to talk about Brady, but guess what, man? They're good. They got their situation. They're living their lives. It's one person now that finally gets to start living his life, and that's Deshaun Watson. Yeah, I know y'all probably seen I just made a quick YouTube short about it, but guess what? I figured, I just can't go without talking about this. All right? And again, I'm going to talk to y'all like as if we know each other. I'm transparent. Again, this is not something you can take your most beloved fantasy football content creators, and they're never, ever going to be as transparent with you that I will be. Outside of they always talking out the side of their neck saying, oh, this person's not going to be good. Oh, but he can be good. All that type of stuff. I see that all the time. Again, not to toot my own Christian McCaffrey horn, but all them suckers said you should pick Christian McCaffrey number one last year. Who's the only one that didn't? Yeah, this guy. They're cowards. Much as I may enjoy some of them, they're still cowards. But screw that, we ain't here to talk about them. We're here to talk about Deshaun Watson, and won't be having any criminal charges against him. The grand jury decides. So, Friday, he was cleared of everything. 24 women accused him of sexual misconduct during massages and stuff, Listen, guys, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know Deshaun Watson, okay? I hope the best for him, but he could not be here next year. I would still sleep well, okay? But what I'm sick and tired of is this same old crap that happens in our society. In this movement of, I don't much want to say this is feminine. I don't think it's that. I think it was caused by something else. At the end of the day, I've said this before. I've said because he told his billionaire owner that, hey, I don't want to be here anymore because he let go he let go D-Hop, he had let JJ Watt walk and all this type of stuff, and I guess he just drew a hard line against him and say, hey, I'm finna run you through it. And that's what he did. It's kind of like you ever stood up against your boss before? And really knew that boss kind of like had the last say. They can play with your hours. They can make times rough for you. I have straight up. I've been in issues and had letters of warnings and this and that, and they were all frivolous. The first 8 years of the company I worked for, and I won't mention it on this video, but I got hella discipline, and it wasn't warranted. Even though if they wrote it down on paper, they typed it up and they presented it, they went through the whole formalities, guess what? It all got thrown out. But you know what didn't get thrown out? When I went through my situations with my employer in my earlier young part of my career, was the mental anguish it took on me. Now, granted, I'm stronger than the normal person, but still, when they try to play with your money and they play with your peace of mind, it wears on you some. Much less if I'm a person that's in the eye of the public, in which I'm not. I'm sure it took a toll on him. After the decision went down, the guy said that it was a very emotional moment for him. A lot of y'all may think those are just words. No, it's not just words. I need you to step outside this fantasy football thing for a moment, then you can jump right back in. But let's talk as men for a moment, okay? I know people are like, oh, well, and here's the narrative. This what they use. Oh, well, it was 22 of them. All of them couldn't be lying. Some of them have to be telling the truth. That's BS. That's BS. Why not all of them can be lying? Why not all of them were put in position to do a certain thing to make this person look bad and to get ran through the mud? Why can't it be that? We see time and time again. I don't want to get off base, but we know we live in a climate. We know we live in a society where a woman can, whoever's listening, can say, he did that to me. And guess what? We can lose anything. We can lose our credibility, our jobs, our livelihood, or whatever. It's people there's young men that's lost degrees and everything in scholarships. Then it comes to find out that, oh, no, that was a false allegation. Okay, well, let me go back to my scholarship. No, it's gone. Your job is gone. And let me ask you a question, guys. What happens when the allegation is proven to be false? What happens to the woman? Let's not all speak at once. What happens to the woman? Congratulations, you guessed it. Nothing. There is no recourse. There is no type of discipline, no accountability. But let a man waste up all these resources and time and lie on affidavits. And to the slammer we go. Listen, it happens. Now, guess what? It does happen on the other end where, hey, where guys are in the wrong. Okay? But more times than not, that's not the case. All right? So I've been privy with certain information, not knowing details, but hell, out of every damn near 20 rape allegations, probably like 2 to 3 of them are legitimate. Now you'd be like, okay, great. Yeah, go hard on those 2 or 3 that are legitimate. But what about those 16, 17 that aren't legitimate? When they're just dangling somebody's lives in their head. That don't just affect that man's life, that affects that child's life and everybody else's life that's connected to that individual. It's a serious problem. Will it change? I highly doubt it. Another thing I always used to say? I used to say, hey, look, you know what? I used to put on Facebook. You know what? You guys are so gullible. I used to tell this to my 450 Facebook friends because I don't have that many of them. I said, if they can bust into my place, my residency, and they could say they found 2 kilos of cocaine, 3 blow-up dolls, and child pornography on my laptop, you idiots would believe it. You wonder why? Because they would think, oh, well, why would they say that if it wasn't true? Why would anybody do something? Because they can. We don't have to be rational to us or to another individual. People do things because they can do them. It'll be only a select few people be like, oh, that's some BS. Oh, yeah, he told us that. Well, granted, I don't foresee that happening, but my point is that's how gullible humans are. They don't think. They don't use that between it. It just smush up between your ears. Not between mine, though, because I'm going to always rationalize. I'm going to always question. And that's what I ask from you guys to do. Don't just hang somebody out to dry just because somebody's accusing them of something. So that's why I put in that YouTube short. Listen, stand on your truth. I don't give a crap what nobody says about him, and that's good. He grew up as a man during this time, Deshaun Watson. Get out. God doggone well. The more status and the more money you got, the more them girls coming after you. Come on, man. So that's my deal here. I'm going to go through this. I'm going to jump back to something. Then he says, two dozen, so it's 24 of them, right? He said he has to work hard to rebuild his name. That's what it's all about, dragging him through the mud and embarrassing the hell out of him. That's what it's about. I said that before. It was all about that. So he said anything that happened was consensual. I believe him. Do I believe he's a perfect individual? Absolutely not. Nobody is. Speaking of perfect individual, you don't have to answer me, but you've never been in a situation where you done some adult stuff before? Have you never done any adult things before? In your teens, 20s, 30s, hell, I'm 45. You ain't never did nothing. You ain't never, let me use my wording right. You ain't never came out of the pocket for something. Come on. I have. Now what? I'll be honest with you, we all have. I don't give a damn if you're married or you're in a relationship. You spending money on it, you're paying for it. You think all these elite guys, these millionaires that don't have that don't have wives and don't have girlfriends, they're having relations, they're doing their due. And guess what? They probably ain't doing it for free. And guess what? They're probably breaking them girls off something to get them away. They ain't necessarily paying for it, but they're paying. It's like hush money. Just, all right, go ahead, slide up out of here. When you got that type of money, what they say if it ain't tricking if you got it, you know, hey, they said it, not me. You know? So I'm glad this brother got his life back. Hey, he don't sit negatively in my eyes. You know, I didn't speak on it much, but hell, this ain't the first time this happened. This ain't the last time it happened. You know, it's the same type of thing. They run it the same program every single time. Hopefully, you know, he look at what 4 teams looking at him, right? Falcons, Panthers, Cleveland, and Saints. All of them trash teams to me. So, but we'll see what happens. I don't care which one it goes to. When it happens, we'll address it then, and we'll check out the fantasy outlook for that team. I believe it'll happen sooner than later. I think it'll happen probably by this weekend, before the end of the weekend. So congratulations to Deshaun Watson. You know, look, guys, I just want to get personal with you all and let you guys know, look, life ain't sweet. It's not sweet. We can enjoy it. But please don't take for granted the weight that someone's word has against your life as a man. Okay? And do your best to stay out of the situations. It's hard enough to stay out of trouble in life because trouble will find us. We know that. Hell, that's why I stay in the house for the most part, because I ain't going to play in these streets like that. I told my homeboy, I was like, man, I'm glad I'm not 20 anymore in this day and age. Because the things I did when I was in the 20s, they could have snatched me up real quick. You know? So, look, be thankful. I just wanted to let you guys know, you know, another thing, that's another thing I wanted to mention, you know, it's like, not just been in situations, never been lied on by a woman before? You never? Not once? On a small scale, on a big scale? You know? Again, I have. Have you ever somebody attempted to put a restraining order on you for something that was absolutely false? Now, granted, thank goodness the judge knew it was BS and didn't put it into motion and rejected it. But can you imagine someone putting out a restraining order for you? You're like, you don't miss see a person. You don't miss deal with a person. And you're doing your own life for their own advantage for a particular reason. It happens. And it's happened to me. Granted, it didn't get pushed through, but yes, the attempt was there. So I got lucky, fortunate, blessed. I don't care, whatever word you got to put in there. I would have had no say in the matter. But I was one of the ones that kind of went through the cracks, and a woman's word wasn't enough to make something happen. But more times than not, it doesn't work that way. So hope y'all was feeling me, man. I hope y'all was feeling me what I had to say tonight. And I was going to talk about Brady and Aaron Rodgers and Deshaun Watson all in one little trio, but nah, man, it was too much that was laying on my heart with that, Again, I don't know him personally. I don't care to ever meet him. I'm just spitting some real stuff to y'all because I'm going to be transparent. I'm going to be some more transparent every time you freaking watch my freaking show. Every single time. I probably can help one or two people out there be like, damn. And it just resonate with it to keep you out of trouble. I wouldn't know if it's the case or not, but guess what? I feel as if I'm putting positive energy out there, and that's what I mean. See, these other content creators, they only care about their bottom line and their little stuff or their brand. I got other stuff going on. I started this as a bucket list thing this prior to 2021 season. So I'm not trying to say I need no 200,000 subscribers and this and that and all this editing crew, yada, yada. I don't need, I'm getting fulfillment from within. And damn it feels good. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about Deshaun Watson, A through Z. Flawless Fantasy Football, where you hear what you need to hear, not what you're gonna hear what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. I'm going to always keep it 100 with you guys. Trust me, I will never freaking waver. Flawless Fantasy Football. Let's get it, baby.